Google just announced the Fitbit Air, and I think Whoop and Garmin both have a problem. The Fitbit Air is a screenless wearable. No display, just a small sensor pebble on your wrist tracking your health around the clock, and it's priced at $99. It's going to ship May 26th. If you've been watching where this market is going, this is a big deal, and I'll tell you why. So let's hit a quick overview. First, I don't want to spend a ton of time here, but the Fitbit Air is going to weigh just 5 grams without the band. Light, you can wear it all day and not even notice it. There's going to be a variety of bands to choose from, even at launch. It's going to be just 8 millimeters thin, and it's going to track 24/7 heart rate. It's going to have AFib detection, SpO2, HRV, sleep stages, all the stuff you'd expect from a serious recovery and wellness tracker. Battery life is about a week. We'll see if it gets there. But if you're running low, apparently it has fast charging. 5 minutes of fast charging is going to get you throughout the day, they say. Water resistance, 50 meters. So price, $99 for standard edition. There's also a Steph Curry edition for $130 if that's your thing. The strap colors are unique on that one, and it has a little bit better waterproofing apparently. Now every purchase right now is including a 3-month trial of Google Health Premium, and we'll jump into some of that in a moment. So that's the spec rundown, but let's talk about what actually matters here. So let's start with the app. With a screenless wearable, you're not really interacting with the device, you're interacting with the app. So let's talk about what Google is bringing here. The Fitbit app is being rebranded to Google Health starting on May 19th. The redesign is solid, clean, well laid out, and the AI coach is just built right in. So what I think is being underrated here is that Google Health supports third-party devices. Garmin watches can push data to it through Health Connect. Oura's in there too, along with Apple watches, and to that extent, the app is going to be available on iOS, not just Android. So if you're already wearing a Garmin for training and you pick up a Fitbit Air for day-to-day wearing and recovery, you can have both feeding into one place. Google is positioning this as a central hub for your health data, not just an app that locks you into their own hardware. And that's a bigger play than most people are giving them credit for. Screenless wearables aren't new though. Whoop has been doing this for years, Oura's been doing it with a Ring. They've both made real headway. You see them on athletes, on health-focused people, on folks who just don't want a screen on the wrist. But both of them have a subscription baked in if you want any level of valuable functionality. Whoop runs around $20 to $30 a month depending on your subscription level, and Oura Ring subscription comes in at a more reasonable $7 per month. They're mainstream for a certain buyer, but they're not for everyone. Google doesn't have that problem. Google is already in everyone's pockets, already in everyone's living rooms. They don't have to explain who they are or the value they can bring. A $99 Fitbit Air is something almost anyone can actually consider, and when Google puts marketing money behind something, people will notice it. So that's a different kind of entry into the space than anything we've ever seen before. Now, here's where things get uncomfortable for Garmin. Their CIRQA has been leaking since January. FCC filings, trademark registrations, there's a full paper trail, and Garmin even leaked it on their own website. I covered that earlier this year. Expected release is somewhere between May and June, I guess. I mean, I thought it was going to be out in April if I'm being completely honest. But look, Garmin is a sports tracking brand. That's just a fact. When someone sees a GPS watch, they say, oh, you've got a Garmin. It doesn't matter what brand it actually is. It's Amazfit. It's the name that comes out. They're synonymous with it. They own the space right now. And the CIRQA was their shot to get into the wellness lane. Not race training, not multi-sport GPS, but rather day-to-day recovery tracking, competing with Whoop and Oura head-on. And Garmin had a real differentiator going for them. No subscription required. Yeah, they have Connect Plus, but you don't need that at all. It's just a little icing on the cake. You'd get meaningful data without a monthly bill. That was going to matter a lot against Whoop and Oura. But they went completely quiet after those leaks earlier this year. No announcement, no release date, and then Google showed up before Garmin has even launched, and they're coming with a recognizable brand name, a $99 price tag, and a marketing operation that's going to put this thing in front of millions of people. Hey, Steph Curry. Sure. I don't think the CIRQA is a dead product, but Garmin's window to make a real splash in the wellness space just got a lot smaller. So $99 puts the Fitbit Air at exactly the same price as the Amazfit Helio strap. And look, Helio strap is a solid device. I love mine. But Amazfit's also a company that pretty much no one's ever heard of outside of, our specific little niche we have here. And compare that to Google. It's not a fair fight. They're one of the biggest companies in the world. Everyone in the market knows it. When they show up, people are going to notice. So just like the Amazfit Helio strap, the Fitbit Air doesn't require a subscription to get useful data. Basic health tracking is free out of the box. Now, if you want AI coaching on top of that and more in-depth insights, then you have Google Health Premium. It's going to be about $10 a month. Here's the interesting part. If you're already subscribed to Google AI Pro or Ultra, their tier that competes with ChatGPT Plus, Google Health Premium is included at no extra cost. So that Google AI Pro level is $20 a month right now. So if you're already a customer of that, then you're theoretically getting an additional $10 add-in per month, just thrown in for nothing. So let's talk about that AI. Every wearable brand is slapping AI insights on their apps right now. Garmin has Connect Plus, Amazfit has Zep Plus and Zep Premium, Strava has it as well. And what you actually get from most of them is something like, great workout, you completed a 32-minute tempo run. Your average heart rate was 158 BPM. And you can see that stuff for yourself in the activity summaries. You don't need AI to put your data into a sentence. It provides nothing of value. It's a party trick dressed up as a feature. It's one of those things where companies just knew they had to throw some AI on, so they did the worst possible implementation. But Google is running this on Gemini. When you're talking about an actual top-tier AI model, ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, Gemini, Google is right in that conversation, pushing the boundaries. The potential to get real coaching information, real pattern recognition across your health data, it's there in a way that is flat out not with anyone else in the wearable space right now. I know people are skeptical of AI right now. AI slapped this, AI slapped that, and look, that criticism is fair for a lot of what's out there, but top AI models can crunch months worth of data, find actual trends, generate real coaching plans. I've seen other users pull their data out of these wearable ecosystems, feed them into some of these top models, and get genuinely useful information back. That's what Google has the potential to bring natively without you having to do all that extra stuff manually. So what's the catch? Well, there always is one, and it's a real one. Here's the other side of this whole thing. You're giving Google your health data, your heart rate, your HRV, your sleep, your activity, all of it. And they're not just stopping there. They're offering you the option to upload personal health records for more in-depth AI insights. So we all know that Google is one of the biggest data collection companies in the world. Their business is built on gathering data and finding ways to monetize it. So when they're offering a genuinely compelling health coaching service at $10 a month, think about what the full value exchange actually looks like. Maybe at some point down the road, health data from millions of users starts feeding into something you didn't expect. I can't tell you that won't happen because history says it will. So, is that worth it to you? That's a personal call, but at least make the decision with your eyes open. So, let's wrap this thing up. Google is now entering into the screenless wearable market at a price that nearly anyone can consider, backed by one of the strongest AI platforms in the game, before Garmin's even officially launched the CIRQA, and at a fraction of the price of what Whoop demands for their monthly subscription. Now, I of course already pre-ordered mine. As you could probably guess, I wasn't invited to the media events like the big dogs were. I don't have a review unit coming or anything like that. I found out about the Fitbit Air right when you did. I put my order in just like you can right now, and when it arrives, I'm putting it up against the Helio strap and some of my other fitness wearables. Activity sensing, sleep tracking, everything the Fitbit Air is supposed to do well, we'll find out if it actually delivers. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you interested in the Fitbit Air? Would you plan to keep the $10 health premium subscription? Which, as I just mentioned, is a fraction of Whoop's monthly cost and right about what Oura charges. And honestly, does that Google data question factor into your decision at all, or is that not something you're worried about? Drop it in the comments. I read them. I like hanging out with you all there, so be sure and let me know what you're thinking. I'm Dave. This is Dave Does Fitness. Have an awesome day and stay fit.